Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. I am here with a brand new to me tarot deck, Pot Tarot by Peggy White. I thought it would be fun to just do a flip through on this so you could take a look at it. This was brought to me by a local tarot friend. She's a member of our tarot meetup. She went to vacation in Key West, found this in Judy Bloom's bookshop. Did you know that Judy Bloom had an independent gift shop in Key West, Florida? Well, she does. How cool is that? Anyway, so my friends, our group member is in this shop and she gets one of these for her and one of these for me, and she brought it to me yesterday. And so we had fun. We did a reading with it. We had fun playing with it. I wanted to share it with you. It sparked for us a really interesting conversation that I would call a conversation around how we do archetypal assignment tarot. So what do I mean by archetypal assignment tarot? Well, what I mean is one way of creating a thematic tarot deck is to say, okay, it's going to be a deck about this. So how do aspects of this fit in with the tarot archetypes? And what Peggy White has done is created a deck that is literally about weed, cannabis, marijuana, pot. Not people who smoke pot, not people who use pot in ceremony, not people who use plant medicine. It's not about the people, it's about pot itself. That's what it's about. So that's a really interesting difference. And my friend and I were sort of wishing for a deck that would be more about the culture of use and the people involved versus the thing itself. But it's still very cool. So let's take a look. Okay. And I mean, just the fact that it's called Pot Tarot, I don't know anyone in 2023 who refers to cannabis, weed, marijuana, the devil's lettuce as pot. I thought we stopped saying that word at the end of the 80s. I did. And, you know, this deck, as I said, was bought in Florida, found in a bookstore in Florida. And it does seem to be, like it tends to speak to what I would think of maybe as the medical marijuana culture, which is what is legal in Florida. So it's not necessarily about the illegal marijuana culture or the recreationally legal marijuana culture as is true in other places. But it seems very appropriate for Florida. I don't know if it was meant that way. So the deck is not in order because, as I said, I did a reading with it. But let's just flip through and look at some of the cards. And actually, let's start with the fact that the Empress, sorry, let me get it so you can see it, that the Empress is indica. Is the Emperor sativa? Yes, the Emperor is sativa. Now, the four suits, yeah, there you go. There's your Emperor sativa. The four suits are, let's see, we've got joints, and joints is the element of fire or wands. Okay, so this would be like the Ace of Wands. We've got the suit of pipes, and pipes is swords, the suit of air. We've got buds, which is pentacles or earth. And we've got bongs, which is cups or water. So like there's your Four of Cups, which is the Four of Bongs. And I think actually this is kind of fun because look, these are three empty bongs. Here we have a full bong in the clouds, and it's sort of like maybe spreading some goodness to the empty bongs, maybe. So here we have the Two of Pentacles where we're weighing weed one against another. This is kind of fun. Here we have the 4 of pipes, which would be the 4 of swords. So the idea of the weed that makes you sleepy, perhaps indeed the indica. Okay, so here we have the 2 of wands, the Fool. Again, it's very pot-centric. It's not about us. It's not about the culture particularly. It's about weed itself, right? I think it's fun that there is a fish in the Page of Bongs. So the sun is cute. Look, he's got red eyes. That's really cute. So there's some tips of the hat here to weight tarot. It is a weight-based deck, even though in many ways it seems almost more Marseille-based in a way. But it's fun, right? I like it that we've got different skin tones, even though we don't see any people's faces. We see hands, and I like that there's different skin tones. So I think that this is a fun deck. I think it's really, really clever. I don't know. Oh, and the world is seeds. Okay, that's kind of fun. That is kind of fun. I love that. I love that. So it's hard to say, is this deck like really well thought out and cool, or is it kind of cheesy and hastily put together? I'm not sure. But there's things about it that I like. There's your 3 of Cups right there. There's things about it I really like. And I think it's fun when we see tarot reflecting modern culture. So this is, I love this for strength. And again, one way that we know that this is a weight-based deck, because of course strength is 8. Strength is chocolate edible that we only ate a little piece of, because that's the danger. I would think the danger of an edible like that is, I like chocolate a lot, So anyway, so I can see how that's strength, and I think that's really clever. I love that a VW van is the Chariot. I think that's so fun. The Lovers sort of blending together, maybe 2 different strains. Who are you? You are the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of Bongs. Okay. Six. What am I looking at here? Now I need to go to the book. Let's go to the book. Okay, so the book is cute. It's cute. And by the way, this is published by Chronicle Books, and it's so nice to see publishers other than the big 3 or the big 4, who we all love and really appreciate. But it's nice to see other publishers coming in, right? So let's see. So I am guessing that this is the 6 of Buds. So let's take a look, and we can see that the book is fully illustrated, and I just saw for the first time that the tower is a broken bong, which, cute. It's cute. And that's the thing, this feels in a lot of ways more like a collector deck or an art deck or even a teaching deck to talk about the archetypes. It feels more like that. Yep, this is the 6 of Buds, so the 6 of Pentacles. So it sort of makes sense. And look at how the book is written. I'm just going to read the description here, because the book is all written, again, around weed. Okay, 6 of Buds. Upright. The 6 of Buds represents impending generosity, but whose? Is the stash in the open jars yours to share or yours to enjoy? You might be at either the giving or receiving end of a gift or resource. Think beyond money. Perhaps your wealth lies in time and energy. I like that. Whichever side of the transaction you fall on, this is about being in community with others and living in the spirit of cooperation, like every good toker knows. So it does speak to, perhaps larger marijuana culture, I guess, or values thereof, or something. And they've played with it really well. Why did I think it was Florida-centric? Because somewhere, and I don't remember which card it was, the 9 of joints, I'll show it to you there. The 9 of joints actually has a medical card. And of course, the 9 of joints would be the 9 of wands. Okay. Call it TLC or THC. Weed has been necessary medicine since its first discovery. And the 9 of joints reminds you to stand up and advocate for what you need to heal, grow, and persevere. Your right to trust and defend yourself. Just remember that defense and defensiveness are not the same thing. This is actually a smart and well-written book. So, I love the light-hearted artwork. I do think this is well thought out in a lot of ways. I would love to see a similarly themed deck that actually deals with the people rather than the plant and the devices. I think the book is super well written and super respectful of tarot. Would I ever use this in a client reading? No. I mean, not unless a client specifically requested it. Would I ever use it in a live stream here on YouTube? I'm not sure. I'd have to get used to, I'm definitely doing the translations in my head between bongs and cups, joints and wands, pipes and swords. I'm definitely playing with that still. I would have to really get that memorized. Buds and pentacles. But yeah, I might. The question is, at this point in 2023, where the majority of the United States does have some recognition of legal cannabis, whether it's medical or recreational, the vast majority of the United States has something, some decriminalization that suggests that prohibition, might be over soon. What place does a deck like this have? That's an interesting question. I don't have an answer for that. I know what place it has in my own personal collection, which is on one hand valued because it was a gift from a friend, valued because it came from a really cool place. Judy Bloom's personally owned bookshop in Key West, Florida. How cool is that? But where it belongs in sort of the body of tarot, I think it's a great example of how to think through archetypal assignment. And I think just because of all of the facets associated historically in this country and currently with the subject matter, I think it just makes it a very, very interesting deck and an interesting thing to consider. So grateful for the gift. Let me know. Do you want this in your collection? Do you have it? Do you use it? Do you think it's ridiculous? Do you think it's disrespectful? Do you think it's silly? What do you think? I think it's, at the very least, I think it's a great learning tool for someone who might have some familiarity with this culture. And I think it's clever. I really do. I like it a lot. So let me know. What do you think?